Please remain standing and remove your hats as Senior Class President Annabelle Bergeron leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and the Nokesville and Brentsville Combined Ensembles play our national anthem.
The JROTC Color Guard from Stonewall Jackson High School will present the colors. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That was the first time that JROTC group did that together as a team. Could we give them a huge round of applause? Please be seated. On behalf of the class of 2019 and the faculty and staff of Brentsville District High School, it is my pleasure to welcome family and friends to the 2019 commencement ceremony. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce those distinguished guests who have joined us today. Delegate Danica Rome, Virginia House of Delegates, 13th District. Delegate Hala Ayala, Virginia House of Delegates, 51st District. Ms. Janine Lawson, Brentsville District Representative, Board of County Supervisors. Mr. Gil Trenum, Brentsville District, Prince William County School Board. Dr. Babar Latif, Chairman at Large, Prince William County School Board. And Mr. Keith Iman, Deputy Superintendent, Prince William County Schools. Class of 2019, my advice for about the next hour is this: don't blink. I want you to take a deep breath and look around. Be mindful of your presence here today for this occasion, your graduation. Commit it to memory. Enjoy every moment of the ceremony, an important milestone in your journey. And once again, it is my distinguished pleasure to introduce the president of the class of 2019, Annabelle Bergeron.
Good evening, parents, teachers, administration, guests, and of course, the class of 2019. I'm so blessed to be speaking in front of all of you today. I cannot begin to explain how thankful I am to have gotten to be your class president. It's crazy to think that most of us have known each other since kindergarten. Getting to watch everyone grow into incredible young adults has truly been so amazing. Thank you to each and every one of you for helping to shape me into the person I am today. Now, I could talk about the broken heat, or the leaky, smelly old building, or even the fine aroma that surrounds our lovely school. But we all know that these aren't the things that make Brentsville, but the people inside that smelly, hot, cold, manure-surrounded, broken building that make Brentsville what it is. It's the memories from Nokesville Elementary, the K-8 school, and of course Brentsville, that make us who we are and our school what it is. The memories of the blacktop parties at Nokesville Elementary, the father-daughter dance when the ceiling fell, and we continued the dance outside. The year the 5th grade building flooded and the gym became our collective temporary classroom. The memories of leaving after our 5th grade year and then coming back for 8th grade like we had never left. We showed our new Nokesvillians how things worked, and they became part of our family. Then we moved to high school, and our family got a little bit bigger. We created new memories and taught others what it meant to be a Tiger, how when one family needs support, the whole town is there. How despite the fact that in our elementary years, the high school lost so many football games in a row that we literally set a record, the town was still there to watch every game. And now we celebrate our continuous wins with the town still by our side. Because that's Nokesville, and that's just what we do. We're there to pick you up when you're down, and there to cheer you on when you're victorious. Although at times the road may have been rocky, we found a way to pave it. With the support and knowledge of our teachers, with the countless hours of help from our guidance counselors, and the unconditional love from our parents, and the friendships that we built with each other. Now it's time to branch off, to pave our own road throughout the world and throughout our lives. But the best part about the roads is they always find a way to take you home, to the place where you belong, to Nokesville, to Brentsville, to your home and your family. Thank you, Brentsville, for helping to raise such wonderful young adults. Thank you for being a home. Thank you, class of 2019, for being a family.
You're okay, sweetie.
All right, I'm good to sit down.
Yep. Class of 2019. As I told you earlier today, I'm very honored to be here with you. I've spent a lot of time the last week or so looking through the yearbook, which, by the way, it was an amazing job. Thank you to all of you. Visiting memory after memory. I certainly can't share all of the memories, but as is tradition, I want to prove the Brentsville truth. The good news is we know who you are. However, the news is we know who you are. So, a year in the life of a Tiger. You were persistent in getting permission for seniors to paint parking spaces, even sending me pictures of painted spaces at Colgan asking how they got it approved. You came in with your mother to talk with administration about the merits of an advanced math class, the leadership class, sociology, and AP stats, all to make some final scheduling decisions in relation to your life goals. You were nicknames like Smiles and Turbo. The nicknames, of course, were self-explanatory. In fact, one of you endeared me so much with your smile, I learned a day later you'd traveled all the way from Mozambique to attend Brentsville High School. And I was delighted to learn that she wants to come back for a second year. When you came back this year, I had to remind myself you hadn't yet graduated. I mean, let's be honest. You've had more beard and more hair than anyone I ever know. I thought your freshman year you were a senior. Then there was another one of you came back and you had completely cut all your hair off. It took me 2 weeks to figure out that new look and that you were, in fact, our state pole vaulter. As brothers, you came to Brentsville your senior year. Now, new students are easy to spot at Brentsville, but you made it even easier. I mean, you're both over 6 feet tall and you have huge smiles. I was walking behind the school in the fall and I heard really loud music. And at first I thought, oh, Mr. Carbo has finally figured out a way to play his music so loud he can cover up the coach's whistles. But no, it was the sound of a smooth trumpet playing the opening bend of Rhapsody in Blue. I stopped and listened for as long as possible. You brought reassurance to the team every time you joined the back row on the volleyball court and brought a little of your Hawaiian culture to every special event. In fact, I think you're sporting some today. A few of you talked to me early in the fall to share some recent life events which no one your age should ever have to experience, seeking support and guidance. A large group of you scared me every time you screamed, let me get this right, I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win, because you jumped up and down on those bleachers and there was a wave on the bleachers, not you, the bleachers waving. I breathed a huge sigh of relief every time that cheer was over. I received messages from you during football games that perhaps some administrative presence was needed in the student section. There was another time I was staring at someone in the stands, and one of you came all the way down to the field and said, "What's wrong? Are we in trouble?" And right then you heard the same loud metal banging sound I heard and realized how piercing the sound was from the field. You laughed and explained that another student was fixing one of the big spirit flags by banging it on the bleachers, and then went up and stopped the annoying banging. It was at that moment I remembered the confidence you had as a freshman, the girl who played baseball and everyone knew your name and ultimately had always known who she is and who she wants to be. Homecoming, wow, so much laughter, so many tears. You jumped and cheered when we won the homecoming game, and then minutes later were crying because it was your senior homecoming game. And that was just the football players. The next morning, another one of you was dancing, and we heard you chanting about how excited you were about your senior homecoming. And I cannot do this dance or chant justice, so I'm not even going to try. But 5 minutes later, as I was up on a ladder, I turned around and you had walked in crying to Miss Massey because, well, you guessed it, it was your last homecoming. Later that morning, you were goofy again and laughing as a group attempted to execute a 15-person coordinated heel kick. I have pictures to prove it, by the way. You made it clear littering was not okay and not only helped minimize litter during games, but got the environmental group together to pick up and sort any trash. There was a day when administration heard an impassioned debate between students coming all the way from the other end of the hallway. We stepped out of our meeting to see what was happening. Sure, this was an academic debate of great importance. No. Apparently the focus of your debate was a video game. You were asked if, after your football injury and working to return to wrestling, you were ready for another round-off competition against Coach Adams. Unfortunately, we couldn't do it this year. But for the record, in addition to qualifying for state wrestling, you still have the best round-off. I mean, let's be honest, you stick that landing. He's sitting right here in the front row. There was a conversation with you, your counselor, your mother, and administration about what was important. Getting some training hours, wrestling, a job, changing your schedule or your school setting, all again with the ultimate goal, and you and I talked about it a lot, of graduating today. There was the annual holiday ducks I received. Interestingly, they were from people like the Easter Bunny, Han Solo, and Captain America. While visiting English 12 classrooms, I learned you were willing to be brutally honest about your classmates' behaviors, especially when you found them, and by them I mean the boys, to be immature. After explaining how tired you were one day and why, you were reminded that at 2 a.m. it is okay to tell even your best friend that one of you should get some sleep. You learned mid-year that you passed the last required standardized test. Your moment of celebration was, of course, immediately followed by the realization that meant perhaps you should give your classes a bit more attention. A discussion was had about a group's exuberance when given a topic to discuss. Of course, that led to a memory of your freshman year. I believe it's the first time I've ever known Miss Oberly to institute a talking stick in class. In other words, you couldn't talk unless you had the stick. However, that was not enough. And eventually, the exuberant group was put in the hallway with the rest of the class discussing in the classroom. Not surprisingly, all parties involved suggested to Miss Oberly that this become standard practice. You were excited about soccer, your sport of choice. It's really not surprising, given you signed to play in college and will continue to the state tournament on Tuesday. However, you continue to give your all to basketball, helping the team earn a place in the state tournament for the first time in several years. Your goal was to make every honor choir possible, and you made 4. In fact, 2 of you accomplished this, which is the first time in my 10 years at Brentsville that that's been accomplished by Brentsville students. You reminded us that a person's a person, as Horton, and won our hearts as the Beast. And we all enjoyed watching you as flirtatious Lumiere your junior year and the incorrigible Cat in the Hat your senior year. One of you found family among your theater friends while you played Yertle the Turtle, while another learned the woes of parenthood as the mayor of Whoville. Front office staff made you promise you would take care of your classes and graduate when you were going through a rough time. Those women knew if you promised, you would see it through. And one of you, who's been a front office aide for 2 years, learned it meant having several moms who will never let you off the hook. I so enjoyed talking to you while we were both donating blood this year. I learned more about your experiences as a lifeguard and about you, and I have to say, you're one of the most mature and impressive young men I've ever met. You were sure your quiet demeanor and perceived ambiguity were your greatest assets in the elimination game. But what you learned was that your classmates know who you are and that having a reputation for being nice was the real asset. By the way, I would like to thank the headmaster for the Pringle duck lips, the baby pictures, and the baby shark days. Those were hilarious. We loved your prom attire this year, but a few of us have agreed that our actual favorite was last year when you made your entire tux out of duct tape. At your senior orchestra concert, I questioned which scared you more, playing Revenge of the Bases or going against a normal-sized lineman in football. This was quickly followed by questioning whether your bass counterpart was more worried about playing Revenge of the Bases or introducing the senior orchestra piece. For the record, everyone likes the theme song to Halo. The final choir concert was incredible. It brought back memories of you singing with your guitar your freshman year, and I just have to say it again, you have an incredible voice. You were spotted tagging each door frame with a sticky note on a particular evening that will go unmentioned. This is only appropriate as you've always tapped the top of each door frame as you pass through. It's tradition. 2 of you finished in the top 4 in Virginia's Youth Art Month flag design contest, and another headpiece is chosen for display in Off the Wall. Your class named you the best bromance. This is not surprising because you have both arrived your sophomore year and have been inseparable ever since. And to reassure you, I promise you will survive the long-distance bromance next year. It's only 4 hours. Baseball has been a huge part of your life. I still remember you coming to the school with your dad to get more pitching and batting time in on the weekends, even when you were a middle school student. Again, this paid off as the team has advanced again in another step in the state tournament. At the senior recital, although I knew you were a talented musician, I had no idea how well you played the piano. Again, amazing. You are still considering the horticulture senior challenge. Speaking of which, you owe me a challenge for next year's seniors. You are an incredible artist, and we've learned you can freehand tiger stripes on just about anything. And to the forensics students, especially those who shared, and let me get this title correct, A Game of Cats and Mites, I am innocent. And Mr. Tucker, I sincerely apologize. They pulled you into their delusional summary of that case. I also want to mention just a few of your accomplishments as a class. You led recent classes in related standardized testing. Several of you have earned top Cambridge honors in the nation, and 19 of you are Cambridge diploma candidates. Another will earn a governor's school diploma, and all of the cosmetology students pass their assessments and are licensed. About 50% of you are in advanced diplomas, 87 of you have a GPA of 3.5 or better, and the top 8 GPAs are within 209 one-thousandths of each other. That's an average of 26 thousandths difference. You led Brentsville athletes in competition, resulting in regional championships and runner-ups and state appearances in the following: golf, football, boys and girls cross country, cheer, wrestling, girls basketball, boys and girls indoor track, girls lacrosse, girls soccer, boys and girls tennis, boys and girls outdoor track, and baseball. You helped earn 2 National Horticulture Field of the Year awards. You earned just over $1.6 million in scholarships. And although the numbers are not yet calculated, we are certain you've contributed to Brentsville's tradition of over a 95% graduation rate. As one of you has on your cap, how lucky you are to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard. Now I have 2 quick things to share with you before I'm finished. And the first is a favor. I've realized that parenting is a series of I can't wait until they, followed immediately by why did I think that was a good idea? And it's because every new goal means you've furthered your independence. Rolling over, crawling, walking, biking, swimming, and the big one, driving, that's the scariest. Graduation is the next big step to independence. So here's the favor. Let your parents hug you in front of friends this weekend. Expect us to cry through laughter and laugh through tears. And when we do, don't give us grief about laughing and crying and laughing. Because remember, I've seen you do the same thing. Homecoming. Need I say more? Second, I feel it appropriate to wish you the best in true class of 2019 spirit. We have 6 moms on staff who are mothers of 2019 graduates. So at this time, I'd like to have join me up here on the field, Miss Beard, Miss Hoback, Miss Lowe, Miss Massey, and Mamacita Cecilia. What we wish for you is to have it all. What we wish for you is to have it all. A wise woman, and I am now mature enough to admit that wise woman is in fact my mother, said I should explain what this means. It doesn't mean wealth or possessions. If you know the song by Jason Mraz, you know it means things like love, courage, confidence, leading with your heart, that each day should be better than the last, and always knowing you may come home, and you're welcome to come home. So, in line with these lyrics, a lesson from Queen that crowd participation is key. And in the spirit of the class of 2019, I ask all my senior parents, are you ready? I knew you had my back. I want you. I want you to. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. I want you to have it all. Sorry, I told them they couldn't jump in the stands either. At this time, it is my honor to welcome, with Mr. Carbo's help, the class of 2019 salutatorian, Jasmine Mites, to the stage. Congratulations.
Just gonna put that back on because I have a horrible line on my forehead. Hey guys, I'm gonna keep this short because I know we all just want to graduate and eat and go home. We've been here for a long time. I just wanted to say that even though my GPA is the reason I'm up here, that's because I chose to work hard, doing well academically, because it was one of the things that was most important to me because it's what I want to do with my life. And I know that you guys worked hard on the things that are important to you. It's important to pursue the things that makes us happy. Maybe you want to be an artist or a Broadway performer or an amateur athlete. I know some of you play a million instruments, make everyone laugh, protect the environment, play devil's advocate just to start a discussion, and create masterpieces on an empty page. I can guarantee that each of you could easily kick my butt at something. I guarantee it. And hopefully that something is something you do, love to do, and are going to do for the rest of your life. Everyone here has amazing strengths, and everyone here has the potential to change the world. I'm so proud of all of us for making it to today, walking across this stage, getting our diplomas, and moving on to the next stage of our lives, whatever and wherever it may be. The world is ours now, so don't mess it up.
And with Miss Salas's help, it is now my privilege to welcome the class of 2019 valedictorian Shannon Hutchins to the stage.
Surprise, Mom. I want to start by thanking the people who have helped me become the person I am today. First, I want to thank all my teachers for their mentorship and life lessons. Miss Massey, who amazes me with both her STEAM knowledge, her stamina to deal with all the clubs she sponsors, and the genuine love she has for all her students, regardless of if they're actually taking her class. You will be missed next year. Miss Chastain, whose valuable friendship helped me prepare for basic training and mentorship I missed senior year. Countless other teachers have contributed to where I am today, but these two women inspire me every day. I would also like to thank all my coaches, Balt, Burke, Tingen, Smith, Walsh, Johnson, and Lurch, who have coached me through 5 seasons of Brentsville sports. Thank you for developing me as a player and creating programs where you want to give everything for a sport and a team you love. Thank you for the support and encouragement from the stands at games from all the parents. Those teams are very near and dear to my heart because I know the same goodbye I now say to Brentsville is a goodbye to forever friends I love like family. Only at Brentsville would you get a package of letters from teammates in the middle of basic training, reminding you that you were in someone's thoughts and prayers. I always knew I had lacrosse teammates supporting me during basketball season and basketball players supporting me during lacrosse season. Finally, I want to thank all my family here today or watching online. You are my motivation, my inspiration, my support system. Thank you for the love and support, especially during the process of enlisting and Army basic training, as well as accepting my decision to take a gap year. I am thankful to have an older brother to help me navigate my years at Brentsville and to prepare me for the Army. I am here to make my parents proud and set an example, not a requirement, for my younger sisters. I appreciate all that each has sacrificed for me, especially my parents, who I do not thank enough for the little things you do for me, the decisions you made from my best intentions in mind. The best you ever did for me was raise me in a Christian home and exemplify what walking by faith looks like in everything you two do. Most of all, I want to thank the Lord for blessing me with all these mentors, friends, and family, as well as the success I have had made only possible through Him. The only reason I'm here today is because He promises, plans to prosper and not to harm, plans to give a hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11-12. Whatever I've done and will do, I give it all to Him. There's an old song about returning back to one's childhood home by someone you probably won't know, but the song goes, "It's good to touch the green, green grass of home." That's how we will remember Brentsville, our green grass, cornfield home for the last 4 years. For some of us, Brentsville has been a long time home, growing up with the same best friends since kindergarten, along for the whole wild ride. For others like myself, we are new to this home, but what makes Brentsville different, what grew on me, is the closeness of every member in the community, from parents, coaches, alumni, and faculty alike. Brentsville is home to cherished memories with those people we have come to love like family, memories to learn from, and carry into the next journey in our lives. Even though our experiences at Brentsville have led us to different groups of people, shaped us in different ways, and led us down different paths, we all have experienced that community feeling only a small school like Brentsville can offer. Going through basic training, the thing that kept me going, no matter the pain, was knowing that what I had waiting for me back home, this community, was worth it. So as we depart to make new friends and memories, become part of our new homes far and near, remember to feel proud of the green, green grass at Brentsville, the community waiting to welcome us back home. Thank you.
This year, Brentsville again had the opportunity to welcome foreign exchange students. These students have helped us better understand what it means to be a citizen of the world and appreciate what it means to receive a world-class education. It is my pleasure to introduce the honorary members of the class of 2019 to you. Mateus Feliciano Bentes from Brazil. Andam Çoban from Turkey. And Aldavanda Aderitu Demosa. Can I have one big round of applause for these students? Before we award the diplomas, I have one request of the audience. This is a once-in-a-lifetime moment for these students, their families, and their guests. Enjoy this moment with our graduates, helping us to ensure that each and every student and their family hears their student's name being called to receive their diploma. Assisting me with the presentation of diplomas are retired Brentsville counselor Sunny Davis and administrators Mrs. Katie Salas and Mr. Matt Carbo. Mr. Fiore will be reading the names for us. Class of 2019, please come forward to receive your diplomas.
Grant Stephen Abernethy. Sarah Audie. Miriam Antena Adunya. Tashriq Alam. Christos Ignacio Alberto. Megan Ashley Allen. Rabia Anwar. Nicole Christine Ardavino. Elizabeth Nicole Arnold. Angelique Isabel Asturias. Lucia Concepcion Ayala. Thomas Carson Baker. Cassandra Nicole Barnett. Jordan Tara Bates. David Samuel Beard. Lucy Elizabeth Becker. Annabelle Storm Bergeron. Luke Henry Binstead. Paige Ashlyn Blankenship. Kenneth Earl Blanton. Jake Joseph Bostwick. Alyssa Christine Brocious. Christian Abigail Brown. James Woodrow Brown. Brant Michael Brownlee. Violet Rose Bruno. Ryan Christopher Buck. Corey Joseph Burgess. Keith Storm Burgess. Autumn Rose Butler. Hallie Ryan Buttafuso. Liliana Bethany Byrne. Stephanie Cabrera. Kristen Elizabeth Capitan. Josephine Ann Carter. Nick Cipolla. Nicholas Bryant Claiborne. Emma Marie Coleman. Hannah Marie Conway. Kayla Leanne Cook. Timothy Cole Couch. Jeremiah Maxwell Cousin. Alexis Armistead Cox. William Tristan Craighead. Jorge Sebastian Cruz. Rianne Iva Cullen. Andrew Dean Cunningham. Ryan Patrick Cunningham. Sean Michael Cunningham. Joao Alexander DeCruz. Charles Braden Dalrymple. Veronica Dashkalevich. Jake Dalton DeLisi. Zemery Carter Dennis. Mackenzie Rose Dearberg. Erica Michelle Domino. Tyler Garner Dindal. Johanna Ruth Dobeck. Kristen Elaine Dobeck. Rachel Lane Doherty. Jason Anthony Dow. Grayson Anton Drain Braun. Kristen Holly Dubois. Delaney Nicole Dunnigan. Asia Malaya Eckert. Emily Jordan Eller. Jordan Richard Ellis. Kaylin Bell Erickson. Blake Addison Ernie. Clayton Alexander Ewing. Ramiz Albert Kader Fahil. Marisol Guzman Farias. Catherine Ann Forst. Ashley Victoria Favreau. Erica Nicole Fox. Peter Nathaniel Gabler. Benjamin Tyler Gibbony. Andrew Jacob Giles. Emily Claire Gloff. Ava Sierra Jacqueline Glover. Riker Scott Gogokevich. Emmy Nicole Golkowski. Evelyn Taylor Grist. Chloe Nicole Gunning. Justin Allen Harefield. Kyle Reese Hallman. Courtney Lynn Halsey. Rachel Marie Hancock. Roger Dale Hancock Jr. Anna Kate Harris. Reagan Ashley Hart. Marissa Jordan Harder. Diamond Zarina Hawkins. Caleb Ryan Heaton. Joshua Wayne Henley. Catherine Lee Henley. Brooke Ashlyn Hurt. Evan Christopher Hill. Faith Ann Himes. Cheney Nicole Height. William Austin Hode. Richard Wesley William Hoback V. Josiah Ezekiel Hogan. Shannon Long Hutchins. Hamza Imran. Skylar Maureen Irvin. Cosette Cherie Jenkins. Joshua Lee Jimmo. Caitlin Ann Johnson. Matthew Allen Jones. Sydney Kathleen Jones. Victoria Rose Jones. Gavin Bjorn Kent. Caitlin Abigail Kerr. Nathan Michael Kettner. Sydney Hannah Koo. Ryan Philip Knott. Nathaniel Joseph Kosa. Madison Ann Kreft. Tazina Minnie Kurtz. Claire Michaela Lancaster. Aiden John Larkin. Matthew Charles Lim. Simon Pinto Lima. Jennifer Esmeralda Lozano Molina. Gracie Marie Lobes. Caesar Ivan Madera. Halani Olivia Markham. Anne Louise Massey. Alyssa Ann Mathis. Allie Suzanne McCall. Natalie Megan McCallick. Caitlin Riley McCormack. Nicholas Frederick McDaniel. Ashley Sierra McGee. Jasmine Faye Mintz. Maria Angelina Mendo. Anna Elizabeth Menzel. Tiffany Nicole Meyer. Andrew Conrad Mickus. Jared Elby Miller. Catherine Elizabeth Miller. Rebecca Diane Mills. Madison Christine Minville. Kennedy Allison Miranda. Devin Cameron Mitchell. Brooke Lynn Meisel. Caitlin Avery Moore. Charlotte Adrius Moore. Jacob Matthew Morris. Zachary Taylor Morris. Riley Ann Morrison. Abigail Susan Laura Muddiman. Haley Paige Murphy. Jordan K. Marie Nagel. Mason Joseph Neary. Sarah Marie Newland. Christopher James Newman. Jacqueline Delaney Wynn. Abigail Elizabeth Olson. Benjamin Reed Panel. Elena Page Para. Anna Park. Sean Michael Parton. Sarah Elizabeth Patty. Kamara Joy Patton. Emily Ann Payne. Hannah Victoria Rose Payne. Olivia Catherine Peliquin. Ethan Alexander Peterson. Emily Ashlyn Poland. Alana Isabel Post. Travis Michael Ramondi. Peyton Olivia Regner. Colin Michael Reed. Mackenzie Helena Ringer. Brian Alexander Rios Umanzor. Miriam Jasmine Rivas. Ian Michael Robinson. Emily Morera Rodriguez. Jacob Edwin Quaco Saki. Zia Alexandra Sampson. Zoe Adriana Sampson. Alexander Charles Seymour. Ashton Michael Shepard. Connor Lee Sides. Dustin Ron Simmons. Robert Lawrence Simmons. Sydney Taylor Solomon. Michael Dwight Sparks. Emma Boyd Spence. Raymond Joseph Walkerman Spillane. Cameron Rose Springman. Tyler Austin Stevens. Jessica Morgan Stein. Sophie Ann Lorette Stremple. David Randall Summerlin III. Rabia Syed. Ethan Craig Taylor. Madison Eleanor Taylor. Madison Michelle Taylor. Mason Willard Taylor. Zachary James Taylor. Matthew Andrew Tharp. Isaiah Christian Thomas. Allison Nicole Tobar. Jonathan Torres. Joseph Christian Tremblay. Eric William Tremor. Robert David Tucker. Kira Barbara Valco. Brady Cooper Velez. Ricky Orlando Ventura. Richard Sims Wallach. Morgan Elizabeth Walter. Joseph Mundy Wampler. Madeline June Welling. Dylan Ruth Welsh. Logan Alexander White. Matthew David White. Alexander James Whiteley. Braden Connor Whitlock. Isabella Hope Wingo. Olivia Caroline Wolfrey. Autumn LaRue Yawn. Andrew Joseph Brummel. Colin James McNally.
Could we get one big round of applause for the class of 2019? That was proof right there they learned how to follow directions, by the way. It takes a team effort to coordinate a graduation ceremony. Thank you to several members of our team for their work over the past few days, weeks, and years. Thank you to Mr. Cameron and Ms. Salas, our graduation coordinators, Mr. Reedy and Mr. Miller and the horticulture students who helped make this venue so special. By the way, the little patio you saw as you walked in, that was not there 2 weeks ago. That was the horticulture group. They are amazing. Thank you to our support staff and administration who help keep students on track every day and are there to support them. And thank you for the faculty and counselors who are incredibly generous with their time and unrelenting in their efforts to engage and inspire. Your efforts helped ensure that these students would graduate today and be prepared for tomorrow. And parents, of course, thank you for sending and entrusting us with these incredible students. Class of 2019, here we are, the culminating moment of years of hard work. Some of you put in more work toward the end than at the beginning, but you got there. You know who you are. I wish you all the best with your pursuits, and remember, we are Brentsville. Would the class of 2019 please rise? It is my sincere pleasure to certify that the Brentsville District High School class of 2019 has fulfilled the requirements for graduation outlined by the Virginia Department of Education. I therefore declare you the class of 2019 graduates of Brentsville District High School. Congratulations all. Graduates, you may turn your tassels. Audience and honored guests, please stand to honor the graduates as they recess.